confident that we can get a response, whether it's positive or negative. We're going to get a response from the Iranians by 8 o'clock tonight. I hope they make the right response, because what we really want is we want a world where oil and gas is flowing freely, where people can afford.
Today is April 7. As we approach the timeline reportedly set by the President of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump, for what he has described as a massive strike, even referring to pushing Iran back to a stone age. Serious concerns are rising among the Iranian public. Even many Iranians who oppose the Islamic regime as a terrorist regime and seek its removal are now deeply worried about what comes next for Iran. I've invited Commander Dr. Farsi to share his military and strategic perspective in these critical remaining hours before a potential operation. Dear Sir Commander, Dr. Farsi, welcome and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to discuss the important issues that the country of Iran is actually facing. And I appreciate what you're doing. I'm available and happy to contribute whatever is possible from my side. Please.
Thank you very much, and it's my pleasure to having you. First of all, what's your position regarding Israel as a country? Do you believe Israel has the right to defend its national security against the military activities of the Islamic regime ruling Iran?
Yes, definitely. I have always believed that Israel, particularly since Islamic revolution in Iran in 1979, because this ideological and theological regime of Iran has never stopped, particularly after Iran-Iraq war, to attack Israel and actually to eliminate it, as they have always considered, from the face of the earth. When you have that sort of what do you call it, really as aim and objective to eliminate a country part of the United Nations, I think Israel has got every right to protect itself, protect its citizen, and I have always supported that. Because Iranian and Israelites, since the old age, and particularly after the Second World War, yes, we have helped the Jews during the difficult situation, and we have had never issues until the regime of Iran has come into the power and in power and has had as an objective to eliminate Israel. Israel has had every right to control itself until we have come to this point, really, that what is happening in Iran, and also the attacks that we are seeing from United States and Israel, it has a different objectives, which, if I get a chance, I will explain that if we have time. Yes.
Yes, that's right. Despite the significant support shown by many Iranians toward Israel, as you said, there is a reality unfolding on the ground. Uh, on one hand, efforts to remove the regime, and on the other hand, the risk of damage to fundamental infraction the belonging to Iranian people structure, not the regime. At this historic moment, what message do you have for Israeli people and leadership and policymakers?
Uh, this is a very good question. Really, we have to look at this to see what is the significance of these attacks that we see from United States and Israel on Iran right now. To start with, we know that because of the threat of Iranian regime toward Israel, and it has been since they came into power in 1979. And as the regime had this objective, they have obviously attempted to go towards a nuclear bomb by enriching uranium to the degrees which is not for peaceful use in general. Although many medical needs need some uranium enrichment, but not to the degree of 60 degrees as we have seen now. Iran has got more than 400, probably 50 kilograms of enriched 60-degree uranium. And also the ballistic missiles, particularly the hypersonic ones that they are reaching now and passing through the air defense system of Israel and is making damage. And also the creation of all the proxies in various countries in the Middle East, like Iraq, Syria, before the change in Syria, in Hezbollah in Lebanon, and also Houthi in Yemen, and also it was Hamas in Gaza, which we are not going to discuss those things. These are the difficulties that existed, and hence we had the war, 12 days war in June last year, which United States also came to support Israel in order that those threats are diminished. But we are not seeing that right now. They are attacking, to start with, they started to say they're attacking the infrastructure of military bases, particularly the IRGC, Revolutionary Guards people. But that has gone much, much beyond that. Now they are hitting the damaging the fundamental infrastructure that belongs, as you rightly said, to the Iranian people, not the regime. This is not now these attacks and the threat that we have heard from United States is going to actually be against the regime of Iran, although Iranian people are the first that they have through uprising against this regime for many, many times over many, many years, that they want to rid themselves from this regime. But what is actually happening right now, United States and Israel attacking things that is not really the regime. For example, how could one attack pharmaceutical structure of a country, even if you're fighting them? According to the international law, that's crime. That is a war crime. I I don't know what Israel is really after. And United States and Israel is gone just beyond what is required to eliminate the threats that the regime of Iran was posing.
Yeah, that's a very important point that you mentioned, that considering Iran's culture and political dynamics, if these attacks disturb civilians' life, do you think we may see a decline in Iranian public support for Israel in the near future?
Uh, Iranian public support for Israel in the near future.
Regarding these
We may
attacks?
see a decline in it. Definitely, I would say when you're attacking the livelihood of a nation, people of a nation, as is happening right now, uh, the people will. The culture of Iranian is in such a way that uh, when that they come to that point, that situation, they will just go behind the regime and support, because they're thinking now not about the regime who's ruling the country. They're thinking about Iran, the structure of Iran. These attacks, it's not simply to get rid of the regime of Iran. It's beyond that. I understand that when the war started, on 28th of February, I think it was, Iran has attacked the interest of United States in various Gulf countries in the Persian Gulf region and closed the Strait of Hormuz. And because they wanted to open the Strait of Hormuz, and they have tried to negotiate, and it hasn't happened. It hasn't materialized. Now, what is being um, proposed by Mr. Trump is going to talk about it, I think, this afternoon. And I hope that they will find a way not to go through what he has been attempting to do, which he calls they're going to attack all the bridges, all roads, all the power uh, establishment of all the power and whatever. I mean, the uh, power stations and whatever. That is, to me, I give just an analogy. If that happens, a lot of people of Iran will be without electricity, without medicine, without, and almost will be like hitting Iran by an atomic bomb, like Hiroshima. It's that much damage can cause. So I hope that they will come to a resolution and not doing it.
Yes, as you said, that the daily life of Iranian people will be damaged with this attack. I hope never happen. And we have a key question: if the objective of this military confrontation is regime change, and given the support of a significant portion of the Iranian population, do you believe there are more effective parallel strategies to achieve this goal? For example, direct or indirect support for domestic protest movements inside Iran, although we have no information inside the country, because the internet has shut down. But generally, what do you think for making an alternative to this one?
At present moment, the situation on the ground is pretty grave. There's no question about it. The United States, I believe, that is more important now, and with the negotiating scheme that has been set up in Pakistan, which Turkey and Egypt also involved. Through this negotiation, United States, this is my opinion, when I say must come to a resolution and speak with the regime that this war stops.
Yeah.
And if it goes any further, there will not be possibility, and we should not be looking for a failed state in Iran, which could come to that conclusion. After the war stops, then you are right. The Iranian people have shown that they want to get rid of this regime, or at least change its behavior the way it is. That is the time that United States, Israel, and the whole world needs to come in support the people of Iran, opposition to the regime of Iran, in order that by means of civil disobedience, the people of Iran could either remove this regime or change its behavior. I don't believe even this rhetoric that Mr. Trump has said, changing Iran to a stone age, or by attacking Iran, which necessarily means fail a state, the regime is going to go, and it might be even worse situation would be seeing in the Middle East in general.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And there is a very difficult situation for the Iranian people inside the country, also outside the country. As a final question, as a senior commander, what's your message to policymakers and strategists in both countries, in the United States of America and Israel, at this critical time? What your suggestion and your opinion about this situation right now?
Yeah, this is a very good question, but it would be really lengthy, and it would be just probably my experience and my belief that, as I mentioned before, the United States and Israel will have to come up with a solution, a resolution, talking to the two people of Iran through mechanism of this negotiation, stop the war. Because if we go further, as seems to my view as a senior person that I've had many, many years of experience, we know that by bombing Iran further than what they are doing, it's just going to come to the point that there is no government, failed government, which could end up Iran to a civil war, as Mr. Trump sometimes in his statement has said that they have delivered weapons even to Iranian some ethnic minorities, although they have they have said no, they haven't received it. But if that is the case, means necessarily a civil war in Iran and disintegration, which is not going to be helping anybody within the Middle East. we are going that way in that area, that the whole of the Middle East is going to be in a total turmoil. And also because of the needs of the Western world to oil, gas, that it goes through the Strait of Hormuz, that is going to be even worst situation. Nobody could trust anybody anymore. The Strait of Hormuz may never be safe unless with very, very big expenditure and involvement of many, many countries to safeguard it. And I will just add, I think many, many people also will be killed if the process that is happening on the ground right now and it continues as it is. I'm sorry to say that, but I don't have a positive view the way it's happening on for the time being. The strategy of the United States and Israel is not going to achieve their objectives, and it just makes the whole region more volatile, more difficult, and God knows what is going to be happening next. I'll stop at that.
And I hope so. And finally, I would like to thank you very much for accepting my invitation to share your military and strategic perspective in this critical remaining hours before a potential operation. Thank you, dear Sir Commander Dr. Farsi, for participation in this interview with me. Thank you very much, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for providing the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.